Hello, and welcome to the Dahlia World Gardens presentation of Seattle at Dawn, a Mage the Ascension chronicle. I am our storyteller, Tim Dahlia. Thank you for joining us today. We stream new episodes on the Dahlia World Garden Twitch channel every Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific Time. Plus, you can watch our previous and future episodes at the Dahlia World Garden YouTube channel. Links can be found in the channel description. If you enjoy what we are doing here, if you enjoy the World of Darkness and actual play videos, please like, follow, subscribe, and share the channel. We would greatly appreciate it. And now, it is my honor to introduce you to our mages. First up, let us talk to Cindy.
Hey, I'm Cindy, she, her pronouns. I play Inea Blackwell, who is a Kha'vadi techno shaman. Very relieved to have gotten out of digital space at long last.
Yes.
But already looking forward to, we've got Jolie, now what do we do with him? And how do we proceed from here?
Those are important questions. We will find out. Next, Alix.
Alix, my pronouns are they, them. I play Jezebel Spinner. Jezzy is extremely glad to be a human in human space again, because for a second it was looking a lot like she was gonna die as a 1 and 0. So that wasn't cute, but we're out. We're moving forward. It's all great. It's all great.
Okay. All right. And now, Billie.
Hey, I'm Billie. They, them pronouns. I'm playing Charlie Newell, aka Calvin Klein. Yeah, Calvin is, excited and kind of disappointed to be out of internet space. It's nice to be like in a space where you know that you're going to continue to live, but it was really nice to be connected to everything. They have that constant feeling. It's like being connected to the mycelial network is very similar feelings. And he's also looking forward to doing that again. Looking to connecting to his own home network if he can get back home safely.
As long as you remember the password. Okay. Well, let us begin. Adjust my headset. Because the air conditioner for me is very loud. Okay. You've had a rough time. 3 of you, 4 of you, if you include Jolie, have just been reborn in the material world. Reconstructed from atoms and molecules and put together in the same configuration that you existed before you were digitized. The existential dread that might come with that is going to be up to you. But some people don't necessarily handle that process and the implications of it very well. However, at this point, you have left the Greylock Chantry with your 2 companions, Winston and Penny. Teki Pesci and Penny. And Jolie. It is an autumn day morning. The six of you breathe a sigh of relief. Whatever is going on behind the closed doors of the Greylock Chantry is dangerous. But it seems it's a danger that does not directly involve you. You look around, you're in the Edmonds area. Jolie knows this area pretty well. And he thinks a moment, pinches himself, looks at you and says, I could eat.
I mean, valid. I too could eat. That would be delicious.
That's what I like to hear. He kind of punches you a little on the arm, very gently. He's like, I know where it can go. Follow me. You walk through suburban area. Trees. $1 million homes. When I say $1 million, I mean they're probably like 1,000 square feet, 2 bedrooms maybe. But this is prime real estate. You travel closer to the coast, and you find yourselves in what is known as downtown Edmonds. It's a very quiet section. This is a town that seems to be reserved for retirees, young college students, and people who are well off enough to start a family on the beach. This is where you would go if you were to take the ferry across the bay to Kingston. This is also along the route from the northern Seattle area to where Charlie lives, in the Pacific, the Olympic Peninsula. Walking towards the shore, you come across the centralized water fountain. You walk past a legacy, vintage, single auditorium theater. They seem to be having some troubles recovering from COVID, but they're still strong. They still seem to be there. And then a little further down is a quaint restaurant called Claire's. Jolie turns around to you, is like, all right, y'all gonna love this. The Monte Cristo is the bomb.
Oh, I love me a Monte Cristo. Yes. I'm so in.
He said sandwich. That's right up my alley.
They have a lot of those too. Walks in, you follow, I suppose. Maybe?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow.
It's a small little walk down to the left, and there's a middle-aged woman. She looks at you and she's like, oh, how many do you have with you today?
4.
Wait,
5,
Techie
6.
Pesci.
5, 6. Oh yeah, I forgot about the others too. Yes, 6.
And she's
They
like,
saved our asses.
man,
and
fuck
we
you,
forgot
ball
they
jockey,
existed.
I'm here.
Sorry, Techie Pesci. Sorry. Can we
I
get
wanna get my grub on.
for our friend?
She's like, oh, well, we got a larger booth. Yeah, we can take you out there. And she grabs up the menus, leads you to your seats. It's a very nice interior. Clean, black and browns, white ceiling. She gives you all your menus. She's like, all right, honeys, have a good time. I'll be here back in a moment. Do you all need anything to drink? Get any coffee?
You know what? Yes. Coffee would be great. Jezzy doesn't normally drink coffee, but today, coffee is on the menu.
Penny raises her hand. Pesci raises his hand. Jolie's like, nah, man, I'll get a milk. You got a large milk? I'll drink that.
I'd really like
What's
an
your large
orange
milk?
juice.
Orange juice for you. Okay. And she heads off. Get your drinks.
I think this
Cindy's
is the
muted.
first time that, like, yeah, you're muted.
Forgot I did that, as
Okay.
usual. So, Nay pulled her phone out first to check the date, now that it's had a minute to sync up,
Yeah.
to figure out how long we were in there.
It is the morning after.
Okay, so it was just about 24 hours, give or take, altogether.
that.
Okay.
Well, okay, you met up with Griffin Claw mid-morning,
Right.
and you
so,
guys went to the construct in the late afternoon. Or
Okay.
Mid-late afternoon.
So altogether from meetup to getting out, about 24 hours, give or take.
Yeah.
And then I think I'm
We
gonna
just had
shoot
an
off-
internet sleepover.
Yeah, pretty much. It really felt like an awful lot, though. Shoot a text message off to Gryffindor to let them know we got out of the building in a slightly unexpected way and everything's good, and check in with them to make sure that their side is okay, too.
Out of the building.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, shoot the text off.
Want to call Aunt Mabel
That
I
is
know it's
also
kind of
an
rude
excellent
to
idea.
be on the phone, but I need to hear
Mhm.
the voice of someone steady.
Okay.
Because it's been hell. It's been hell. Like, Jezzy, man, I got sucked into the internet, bro. I don't know how I ended up sucked into the internet, but I got sucked into the internet, and everybody was cool except me. I don't get it. Okay. So I need to talk to my aunt because I'm gonna lose my shit.
Okay. So you call her while you're at the booth?
Yeah.
Okay. Charlie, what are you doing? Before
Actually, I was going to ask if, when you're reaching out to someone, can you please have them reach out to my mom and let her know that I'm okay?
Yes.
I
I'll
don't
also
think it'd
do
be
that.
safe for me to directly reach out to anybody at this point. You know, even though I am, you know, different. It just doesn't seem like a good idea. I don't want to put them in danger.
Okay, that seems fair.
I pass that on to Griffin. Actually, I've been calling her Gryffindor. Griffin Claw.
Well, here's a secret. She's Griffin Claw, and her last name is Ravendor.
Okay, that's where I got that. I was like, I know
Okay.
better. I know better.
So it's fine. You're
I
close.
know a Potterhead when I smell it.
So that it.
Cammy knows I'm a Potterhead.
Anyway, so that the notification is coming from a completely different avenue than it's come before. If it goes through Griffin Claw. I am
Yeah.
going to screw that name up forever now. It will never be
No.
right.
You'll be fine. I believe in you. If I could get Snake Tongue Point. I can't get it. Apparently, I can't get it. Never mind. You're all hope is lost. Griffin Claw was using a burner phone, so you know that information from the previous day.
Yeah.
Burger phone.
Burger phone.
Burner phone. Burger phone. Yeah, I get just a cheeseburger like in the 80s.
I thought like a cheeseburger phone like from Bob's Burger.
Okay, no. Speaking of burgers, Jolie, Penny, and Winston are looking over the menus. Jolie is taking the time to point out to Winston some of his favorites from here. It's like the waffle and the whipped cream and the strawberries are just perfect. You get a little bit of those crystals in the waffle. It's beautiful. But like I said, you're not going to have a better experience than the Monte Cristo. They even serve it with like a side of sorbet to kind of be a palate cleanser. It's amazing.
Yeah, that sounds like exactly what I want.
Jezebel, you have your phone. You're calling Aunt Mabel, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't take long. She picks up. She's like, "Hey, Jezzy, how you doing?"
Aunt Mabel, I got sucked into the fucking internet. I'm alive.
Oh.
We're alive. Holy shit, we're alive. But I got sucked into the internet. I'm in Edmonds, and I'll be home eventually.
Well, I mean, goodness. You did say you were going to be gone for some time. You're up there with Joseph.
No. So we were supposed to be with Joseph. Everything kind of went topsy-turvy. We got a really important tip that we couldn't let go, and we had to follow through. And then I got sucked into the internet. But it's okay.
Like, you spent all night playing World of Warcraft and just didn't realize how much time you spent?
No,
because I've done that before. I mean, this library has seen some shit.
If it was only that, I would be so happy. No, I mean, I bodily, as a human being, was sucked into the internet. Like that. And like, it's like Inception. If you die in the internet, you die in real life. Like, yeah, it was like that. It was hideous.
Well, if you die in real life, you die in real life, too.
Exactly, you know? It was a lot, Aunt Mabel. It was a whole lot. I'm really glad to hear your voice.
I'm glad to be here. And I'm glad that you are safe and maybe learned something.
Yes, actually. I learned that I'm a little bit more resilient than I thought I had been, or thought I was.
Well,
and I mean, at the very least, if I'm not bulletproof, I've got damn good friends, so that's nice, too.
When you say not bulletproof, I hate to ask, but does that mean you got shot?
Oh yeah, that's just a regular Friday for me these days, you know?
Okay. Well, I mean, these are the dangers of our life. So it's fine. I understand. I've been there. This is what youth is like.
There? Ooh, Aunt Mabel, we've got talks to have, because how many times have you been shot, madam?
There's a
that silence speaks volumes.
I honestly don't know.
Oh my goodness. Well, you count, and I will be making my way back to someplace safe soon.
Oh, we don't need to compare scars, sweetie.
No, not at all. I'm just nosy.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're good, and you're safe, and you're with good people.
Yes.
You should probably.
I am safe, and I am definitely with good people.
You should probably check in with the Joseph. Went through
That's
a lot
a good
of
idea.
hassle to make sure that he would accept you.
Yeah, you're right. And I will check in with him ASAP too. Thanks, Aunt Mabel.
Stay safe. Love you.
I shall. Love you too. Bye.
Bye. Boy,
Okay,
where are we
so
going with this child? Okay.
Poor Aunt Mabel. Like, yo. Okay. Okay, so I relay to y'all that it's probably a good idea for us to check in with Joseph, just considering like all the things that happened for us to leave in the first place. I think it would be a good idea to check in.
Right. Well, and on top of that, the reasons for us to be out there are still, you know.
Yeah, they're still valid.
Yeah.
Julie's like,
That said,
so like this was a camp?
Sort of.
Close enough. That's probably the best description. Yeah.
I like camping.
So,
Don't get it
got a
either.
question for you, Jolie.
Sure.
What you said that they asked you to go to that office building. Why? What was your reason to be there in the first place?
Oh, well, I mean that's you're gonna have to. I think I was possessed by a demon. Okay, nobody's laughing.
Because it doesn't sound like a joke.
We're just waiting for the rest of the story.
Right.
Oh. So this okay, we're gonna need where's and then the waitress comes by with the milk, orange juice, lays out some pours some coffee into your cups. Nothing fancy, just black coffee. Unless you wanted something more.
Immediately start dumping as much sugar and cream as I can possibly find.
Sugar and
Into the coffee.
asking for creamer.
Oh yeah, we got plenty. Here you go. We got some half and half and some non-dairy, and the sugars we've got. Well, we got sugar and not sugars.
Just to note, Jezzy only uses correct sugar. Just, you know.
Fair enough. None of that fake shit.
No, I was raised on a farm. We keep it real over there.
I don't think you're growing sugar cane. Come on.
No.
Or sugar beets.
No.
We might have been. Sugar beets, maybe. Sugar cane, no.
The beets is a big processing thing, though.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Billie
So
takes a drink of his milk, wipes the mustache off a bit. It's like, well, okay, so I don't know if y'all know this, but I was kind of famous on Twitch. You know, it was like you know, 250,000 people. It was a pretty big following. Wasn't bad. You know, it wasn't like, you know, big numbers, but you know, I had some really cool sporting videos, and then I got into the gaming, like the real, like watching me game. And I just was really like able to keep people entertained, and it was great, and people loved it. And I did some charity work and tried to make sure that everybody was having a good time, and I honestly didn't mean it. Just I said the wrong thing, and then all of a sudden everybody stopped following. I don't even know exactly what was bad, but I mean, but it's still, they kept coming, or they kept leaving, and so there was a notification. And, you know, normally you get this bullshit notifications like, you know, buy followers and, you know, get clicks and all this other bullshit. And it's like, I know that's not real. But this caught my eye. And it seemed that they were legitimately able to try and get my followership back up and help cleanse the reputation and guide me with the right words to say, and a very honest apology, all that good stuff. And I did it. I followed their advice. I said the words. I did the actions. And it seemed like things were getting a little better. And then everything dropped. And it was immediate. I felt the panic. I got scared. And I was in the middle of a stream, and I was trying to bring everybody back and just like, but nobody was watching. Except for a few. Some of the newer followers were still there. They hadn't left. But they were not one of the originals that I was even offending. And then I heard it. That voice. And the eyes. Fire. And I just panicked. I freaked. I ran, and I could hear it in my head, and it just kept coming after me, pursuing. And then I think I passed out. Not sure, but I just kind of wandered around for a couple days, just lost. I almost, for this I don't know, I haven't, you ever have like a couple of days where you just don't know anything, or you don't remember those days? And that's kind of where it was like. I know I was home. I know I was injured. I think somebody fed me once. I don't know. And then somebody recognized me. They said, "Hey, you're Jolie Jones. Hey, would you like to help us with a experiment for a new game?" And I was like, that's right up my alley. I can do that. I could, and I asked if I could stream my experience, and there I was, back on the hook, trying to get more followers. And they took me to downtown Seattle, really creepy building, and I played their game. It was alright. It wasn't Knights of the Old Republic or anything. It was okay, and then I wasn't there anymore. Then I was the captain of the guard for the Empress of Darkledge, under the red sky of Melodium. That was awesome. But I don't... That was a dream. And then that was weird. And... Is this still a dream? I don't really understand what's going on.
No. This isn't a dream.
Nope.
And neither was anything that happened.
Mm-mm.
Unfortunately. It's just easier to let you believe that for the sake of safety.
I don't know if it being real or the possibility of me going crazy is worse.
Well, to be fair, at the very least you're not going crazy because we saw it too.
How do I know that you're not, part of
Well,
fantasy?
I can't speak for anyone else here, but I think I'm relatively sane. That said, you don't really know that for certain. You're just gonna have to trust us, man.
Well, and honestly, shared delusions are very, very rare.
There we are.
I wasn't talking about a shared delusion. I mean,
Well, we're talking about the same thing that you saw, right?
but
And you
what
thought
if
it was
you're not real?
a dream.
If
What if
we're not
I'm
real,
just here I'm unconscious somewhere, bleeding out, and
So-
you guys, with all your heroics and all your,
I'm
you know,
going to pinch his cheek very hard.
ow. I'm starting
Does
to get
that
to
feel
like you.
fake? Because I'm pretty sure that you felt that.
Maybe. Nah. Anyway. So, danger's past. I gotta figure out what to do with my life. But, you know, at least we got breakfast.
We do have breakfast.
Here to breakfast.
This breakfast is a dream. Hmm.
So the waitress comes by. Her name is Sherry. Like, hey. All right, do y'all know what you want to look? What you want to get?
I want a huge pile of waffles with
We can
lots
do
of
that.
whipped cream. Yay!
Strawberries?
Yes, please.
Okay.
That sounds delicious right
We
now.
can certainly do that, sweetie. What about you? Looking at Charlie. Or Calvin.
Oh, I would love to have the Monte Cristo. I hear it's divine.
You are true. Very true. All right. And you, Penny, she orders a very... It doesn't say Penny, but I said Penny. She points to Penny. Penny orders a... basically just some eggs, bacon, simple breakfast. Winston's like, yo, my man here, he recommends your Monte Cristo. You know what? I'm going to go for that. I'm going to try that. And if that's good, maybe I'll come back later. Huh? What do you think? What do you think about that? Huh? The waitress doesn't really give any attention to that.
Feral.
Jolie is like, yeah, dog, you know what? I want the pancakes. I'm changing my mind. Give me the pancakes. Blueberry. Like, all right, absolutely. Do that. And you, ma'am, finally.
3 eggs over medium. 3 strips of bacon, crispy, hash browns, and a pile of toast.
Coming right up. She snatches up your menus, heads off to the kitchen. Winston looks at Jolie. He's like, so you spend a lot of time in like streamer space, huh? What's that like? You know, actually having people watch you. I try to avoid that. Like, well, actually it's pretty good. Feels nice. Everybody thinks you're important. Find out that you're not. Which is like, oh, whoa. You I don't know. Yeah. He just goes to his drink and Penny says very little. Nothing more than what she asked to.
So, Jolie, I saw your last stream.
Really? Because
The
I
one-
haven't even
the
had a chance
one where
to
you-
log back in.
Yeah, the one where you panicked. It actually concerned me because you're not the only one that's had that experience. And we haven't found the rest of them. Just you.
Um, I don't know. I mean, I just know that thing is out there still. I feel it.
Do you know what it is? Did you ever see it or only ever hear it?
It was swirling eyes and fire. Just bright. Probably doesn't photograph very well.
Okay, so...
I mean, just probably looked bad in camera. I feel bad. This blocking was all shit.
I will say that this is the second time that I've encountered that particular thing. And I'm going to dig around, find one of my cards, and finally give it to him. And I can put you in touch with someone else who has survived it.
Thanks.
If you want to.
No. Sounds good.
Okay. I'll get a hold of them and see if we can't set up a meeting, okay?
I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't know. This is all too weird, man. Too weird.
And I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to just walk away from it. That's another choice that you can make.
And it's definitely a safe one.
Well, safer anyway,
Safer, yeah.
Is it really, though? Is that a choice that he can make? Because I'm not... I mean, this thing came for him once before. I don't know that not doing something about it, just running away is necessarily an actual choice.
Yeah. It's one he could make. That doesn't make it a sure thing, that's for sure.
I mean, I don't want to, make the situation more scary than it is. I just want to point out that it is scary and that we should take it seriously.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, now I suppose our question is, what can we do to, at the very least, what can he do to make that choice safer, if anything? And if the answer is nothing and walking away is not an option, then maybe a better course of action is figuring out how to take this thing down, so that way it no longer is a threat to anybody.
I don't know that there's taking it down. I think there's just sending it back.
That works.
That should be enough. I would hope. I mean, I feel like the only way that we're going to be able to do that is to kind of gather our forces. Get who we have available to us. What resources that we have, and make to come at it in force. Or at least have a group plan. Because I think that we're definitely more powerful the more of us that there are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
sure.
My next question then, Jolie, is do you have somewhere to stay that you feel safe?
I just had my apartment here, just nearby, Linwood. I just don't really have any place other than home. Parents they're way out here on the East Coast, and I was out here. I was going to school, and I started doing the stream thing. Dropped out of school when the stream thing picked up. Really have a whole lot of friends right now.
Do you feel safe staying at your apartment?
No.
You don't feel safe staying at your apartment? Do you think you'd feel safer, at my farm? We have the space.
how much digital crazy monster thing am I gonna find at a farm, right?
Hopefully.
That's a fair.
That's the goal.
Yeah. It takes a fair amount of work to get anything digital going out there.
Maybe I can be a farmer.
At the very least, you can be put to work. You've got arms, you know? They'll do. I'm sure my aunt and uncle, they can find a way to put you to good use. So you won't be bored at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, if it's safe. I'm kind of not really in a position to figure out how to do any of this.
Fair.
How do you... You know, I got questions for you.
We'll answer what we can.
So, you can throw fireballs, which is dope. I saw you, like, stitch up wounds, and yo, man, I don't know what's going on with you. You got all sorts of weird shit going on, mushrooms and weird, like Mario on acid, weird.
Yeah, well, that was while we were, you know, in virtual space, though. I mean, while we were logged in.
And what the fuck? Virtual space. Like, when did Tron become a thing?
Well, you're making it seem like we were actually there and not just logged into a rig.
It sounded like we were.
I mean, I know I was logged into a rig, and it seemed I saw you sitting there in a rig. I'm looking at Jezzy and Nay, like, back me up.
I mean,
I'm gonna need Charlie to make a deception check.
Yes.
Let me see. You're lying. This is subterfuge.
Yes, it is.
This is manipulation plus subterfuge, which you have very little of.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. This is definitely not Charlie's strong point, but, you know, you do what needs to
Sorry,
be
y'all.
done.
If I leave and take half the world down with me, it's because there was a massive spider on my desk a second ago, and I've lost it.
Subterfuge.
Oh, no.
There it is.
And that is not fun for me. Mijo, can I have a tissue, please? Thank you.
What success? Okay.
That's not bad. That's not bad for 2 dice.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that you got one. I'm genuinely here for this. Let's go with the rig option.
You know, sometimes thoughts just come into your head and you just let them flow out of your mouth.
And sometimes that even works.
Sometimes it works.
Good news, the spider has been removed.
Yay.
Trying to think for him.
Right, he's got to have an opportunity to resist my barely successful attempt at lying.
It is a tie. And
Oh boy.
for me, if I'm going to do a tie, it's between, like, a mage and a mortal. There's a little extra willpower behind what a mage has. There's a little bit more, like, just the universe bends a little bit more to your will, even if you're not actively doing magic. So even in this mundane thing, you get a bit of an edge on it, and he's like, well, yeah, I guess that does make more sense.
I mean, it's not like we can actually be in the internet, right?
I mean,
Obviously,
VRs.
what we were
Stop.
testing was like the next level, and make it that real, make it feel that real.
I mean, I was scared, but I mean, what about that thing with the eyes? How long have I been in the chair?
Well, you were already there when we got there, so not real sure.
I mean, beyond that, it was like, I mean, we were there overnight, basically. So,
Yeah.
8 hours, plus I don't know how long you were in there.
Don't think I can answer that. Okay.
From what you told us, that makes sense. That's understandable.
Is this like some sort of weird government thing where they're doing experiments on people? Is that what? I mean,
Well, I'm gonna say that they didn't really seem all that friendly, to be completely honest. So, I think if I was you, I'd avoid them. I plan on it.
sounds
Like
fair.
internally.
Your food arrives. Immediately, Winston goes and just starts eating. Rude, doesn't talk, just stuff in his face. He's like,
I, for once,
I could get you a new rig if you want to like go and experiment some more with a digital whip. And then he just goes
really
on.
like Techie Pesci. Holy shit! I never thought I'd see the day. And I'm copying him. I've started eating too.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I mean, we got to be hungry.
Yeah, starving.
It's
and
rare
Jesse
you
can't
find a
ride the
place that
shit,
makes a good
so-
Monte Cristo. I'm not, losing this opportunity.
Exactly. And you are feeling like the effects of fatigue, net fatigue. More so than if you were just like hooked up to a rig. It is a known phenomenon that you just get worn out, tired if you're always hooked up.
Mhm.
So net fatigue, absolutely. For Techie Pesci, he's just like, oh god, he's like you see the redness in his eyes all the time.
Like an internal hangover.
Can be.
You know, the group probably does look like a group coming off of an all-night bender.
The waitress is used to it.
I mean, it's probably a really weird-looking group for
Yeah,
that, but
Yeah, I mean, you got a guy that's dressed in mid-90s, just strange attire with, like, electronic pieces. Like, he came out of the movie Hackers, right there. And just a nondescript, somewhat attractive young woman with glasses and, like, a tank top. Yeah, and a pair of jeans. She's just very, like, there. But she's not trying to stand out. She's not trying to be anything. You get the sense that in the real world, she doesn't really, like, do anything. Everything is virtual for her.
Mhm.
And that's where she probably shines. But over the course of breakfast, is there anything else you guys were looking to discuss?
So, what are we thinking? We stop by the farm. Well, first we have to pick up my SUV because that's our ride. Stop by the farm to drop Jolie off and check in with Aunt Mabel so she knows that Jesse's not dead. Neither are any of the rest of us.
Right.
And then head back out to Joseph's place.
That sounds good to me. We should probably reach out to Joseph.
Right, we should make contact with him
Just to
and
be
see if
sure
that's
that
the best thing to do before we go, driving 3
Mhm.
or so hours out
Mhm.
to the middle of the woods.
It's the best
Yeah.
place to be.
Well, the thing is
As
that
much as I want to be in the middle of the woods.
we don't have direct contact with Joseph, so far as I know. That was through Aunt Mabel, wasn't it?
Yes.
well, that makes stopping by the farm an even better option, because if the answer is no,
important.
then everybody can stay,
Right.
and if the answer is yes, then we have a jumping off point.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't think
And
it's going to be an issue to go back to Joseph's? They were offering their protection, so
yeah, that's kind of why I was, I was kind of unconcerned about it. But either way, we can't take Jolie out there because he'd be a whole other ballgame.
Yeah.
Right. It didn't seem like he was moving in the direction of finding his awakening, and
No.
so it was like it's very much a matter of let's just like damage control here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's obviously already confused enough by what he does remember experiencing, so that a little bit more confusion on top of that really won't look odd to him in future.
Mm.
Given that his experiences are very normie attempting to explain to himself what he is currently experiencing.
yes. And
I think
it's
it
not
would be a
unheard.
good idea to kind of be having this conversation in like group chat on text while we're sitting here talking as well. So we're, having the quiet
Absolutely.
conversation, of what our plan is without letting, the sleeper into it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and also the two mages who honestly probably need the plausible deniability in the case that somebody comes looking for us. So yeah, definitely be having this conversation. And
We should
text.
also figure out what they're, where they're going from here. If if they're involved in this, or how much the involvement they want to have in it.
Yeah. So, Winston
Yeah.
and
What's up?
Penny, we kind of jumped. It seems like we jumped in the middle of something you were working on.
Yeah. Well, we're hacking into the construct, doing our responsibility. I guess I don't know. Yeah, we're just trying to get what we needed after you blew it up.
We seem to keep crossing paths, and I'm wondering if that's because we're working on the same thing.
Small city.
Not really. Seattle's not a small city. I mean, if you're comparing it to Beijing, maybe.
4 million people, give or take, in the greater Seattle area.
I mean, even if it is a small city, I don't believe in coincidence like that. So,
Penny and I, we got our rig going. We just tried to get our business back up.
Okay, well,
But
I think
we do believe in the cause. We don't want to harm humanity. We want to elevate it. That's what we're trying to do. We're also trying to provide entertainment for our awakened brethren.
understandable.
Okay, so you pulled our fat out of the fire there, pretty big time. Initially, I was going to call us even for what happened before, but I think in this particular situation, you saved us, so we're on the debit side of the ledger. You got my contact information, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
easy to find.
We're not into anything that's going to get us in trouble. But if there's something that we can help you with, give us a ring. We'll get it worked out.
Keep it in mind. I definitely can see some potential there. What do you think, Penny? She just kind of nods. Yeah, sure. As you finish the meal, plates get collected from the waitress, coffee cups get refilled. I'd like each of you to make a perception and awareness roll.
Oh, there's one now. Difficulty 6?
Yes.
Oh, jeepers. Perception and awareness. There we
Okay.
go.
2, 2, and 3. All of you hear the door open to the restaurant. Ding, ding. You've heard it throughout the time that you've been here, as various patrons of the restaurant have come and gone. But this one catches your attention because the moment you hear the bell ding, the hairs on the back of your neck rise, and you feel tense. And in walks a very slender man with a very well-tailored black suit, shaved head, sunglasses, dark skin. And he walks in very slowly, turns, sees the 6 of you in the booth at the window. Smiles a little. The waitress starts to speak to him, and he holds his hand up. My party is already here. I'll go and talk with him if you don't mind. Thank you. And he walks towards your table.
As he comes toward us, how close is he? Is he like across the way, across the room still?
20 feet. Getting closer.
I'll lean across to Jolie, just kind of under my breath, and say, Jolie, don't agree to anything.
Okay. The individual in the suit grabs a chair, pulls it over to the edge of the table, casually sits down, folds his hands in front of him, sits up very straight, and just watches all of you.
He gets about 5 seconds of that, and then Nate goes, are we done, guys?
Yeah. I've had enough.
I've had quite enough.
Well, I'm glad I did not interfere with your meal. I'm glad that you were able to catch a break. My name is Quinn. Agent Quinn. And we should talk.
Should we go?
Not seeing a lot of reason to talk to you.
One of the reasons is in your bag.
I've got nothing that belongs to anybody but me.
Oh, really? Perhaps our intel is incorrect.
Yeah.
Or perhaps you've recovered one of our recording devices. Maybe in the woods, off on the Olympic Peninsula a few days ago.
Idea what you're talking about. And we have had a hell of a couple of days.
I believe it. Everything that I've heard chatter on the feed has your names running through it, giving us updates on wild adventures in the dark web. However, I don't care about that. What I care about is helping you.
Helping us, huh?
Best
I
way
know.
you could help us right now is letting us go. Thanks.
Oh, you can go.
Yes.
I am not keeping you
thanks.
here.
Love to do that.
Nah, wait on 1 second here. So, even if we did happen to have whatever it is that you think we have,
You can keep
what's...
it.
Oh, so whatever it is was just an opener.
Just giving you some insight into how to prevent this from happening with one of my brothers.
Prevent what from happening with one of your brothers?
A very uncomfortable conversation.
Well, if you want to avoid uncomfortable conversations, you could maybe stop publishing lies about a good friend of ours. Lies you completely made up, and we know it because we were with him.
We control the flow of information.
Yeah, so fix that flow, because you done broke it.
Is this bargaining, Miss Blackwell?
I don't know. I don't know that I have anything to bargain with you about, but if you want to avoid uncomfortable conversations, that's a good start.
My kind are used to it.
Yeah, well, I've been getting used to a lot of uncomfortable conversations lately.
I believe you.
That's good. So fix your flow of information, and then maybe we can have a nice, comfortable chat.
I will do what I can. I can't promise much. That is overseen by another. I, however, have found that I don't have many allies in the Technocratic Union. None that I can speak openly with.
Well, I'm pretty sure we blew up any chances of allies on our part fairly recently.
With us, yes. With me, perhaps not.
So you're here looking for allies.
There is an infection in this world. And we have been tasked to cure it. However, I believe that infection has infiltrated leadership.
Well, that wouldn't be the first time.
The white suits, they make illogical decisions. Other conventions seem to brazenly hack reality. They don't value consensus. And I know neither do you. However, watching your actions, I recognize that you do care about the masses. You share that in common. It is difficult. I am trying to fight every bit of programming we have. But I believe that possibly reality deviants such as yourself will be necessary to root out darker aspects of my convention. And fortunately, unlike my brothers, I was the first on the scene, first to notice unusual activity in the Greylock Chantry. I was able to hide your presence for the time being.
So you're the only one that was able to track us down because you caught it first.
Yes. Very fortunate.
And you're hoping for what?
I'm hoping that we can open conversation between the two of us, my side, your side. Agent Lewis has a one-track mind. And Agent Bell, well, he certainly has a agenda with you. I, however, simply want to find and remove the cancer that exists within the Technocratic Union.
Dialogue might be possible, but you gotta understand why we wouldn't be immediately trusting of someone wearing what you're wearing today.
That is the intent of
The uniform, yeah, we got that. That's been pretty universal throughout human history.
yes.
So, what I said before gets to be more important. So, you give us some good faith movement on that front, Best you can. And you know how to get a hold of me. We might be able to talk some more then.
Seems to take that in, consider it. Very well. I will see if I can move the process away from indicting a friend.
Would definitely be a help.
And then I can... He pauses. And taps his sunglasses. And takes them off. And you see his eyes are all black.
Oh, that's not creepy or anything.
And he puts them back on. There's been a problem.
We gotta move. Now. Right?
Yeah.
The feed is dead. You guys enjoy Edmonds. He stands up. And he briskly leaves.
Yep. We better
we
go.
gotta go.
That's time to go. Come on, Jolie, let's go.
Already? Okay. Who's gonna pay? I don't know.
I got it. It's fine.
Yeah.
You walk up to the cashier. Same waitress. She's got a little register at the front. Your friend, new friend, Agent Quinn, who, Charlie, you remember, looked exactly the same in the park. Pay, head off. You walk back towards where Penny had parked her vehicle. A tight fit, but she gets you all back down to Seattle.
Okay.
That as you're driving, it's about a 20-minute drive. Yeah, that's where you're at.
Okay, so I'm gonna guess Penny just dropped us at my vehicle. Have I had any response from Griffin Claw?
No.
Okay. Either the burner phone has been tossed or too busy to get to it right away. So not going to start worrying about that yet. Given the little that Nay knows about Griffin Claw, it may be a couple days.
We'll see.
So,
Yeah, so go ahead.
Jolie, did you need to get in touch with your family?
No. I mean, I might want to call my mom at some point, but yeah.
Okay, so probably okay to get safe before we do that then. So I'm thinking we just pile into the SUV and head for the farm unless anybody has anything they want to do here in Seattle.
I would be very glad to see my aunt again.
Yeah.
It feels like I've been away forever.
It's only been
It's only
like 2
been a
days.
day.
It's
Only been a day,
3
but
days.
wow.
I mean, if you figure maybe one day of like running around doing errands and traveling out to Joseph's, then a day at Joseph's, and then a day back-ish, roughly.
Yeah.
So it's been like 3, maybe a total of 4 days altogether.
I know, right? Oh my god.
But in that time span, you've had a great time.
But
So much has transpired. I've
have had-
become a different person.
yes, we have had a time.
Oh yes.
Great is a way to describe it, but it's been a time.
I mean,
We
I
as players
rode
have had a
scared
blast.
horse. on shrooms. That was
you did.
that was great.
Yes,
I threw
you did.
fireballs, and that was also great. Getting shot, not so great.
Not so
But
great.
you know, all in all, it's a net neutral. You know.
Yes, not so bad. So you find yourselves back to downtown Seattle, near where you're parked. I think you guys were close to here. I will just leave it on here.
Oh, that does remind me, though. Speaking of checking in, I should have some emails or something from Lucia. I think I would like to shoot Lucia a email, just kind of briefly describing my experience with the eyeball angel.
Yeah.
It just kind of is as a general, without really locating it in space. And asking her, so I've run into this thing again. So apparently it did not go back where it belongs. I would like to get some more information about what you were doing that brought it here to begin with. Because we're going to need to get it banished properly.
She obviously doesn't respond immediately. It's an email.
No, yeah, it's an email. Well, and we're about to potentially be out of easy range right now. So
Right.
I just was hoping to have a response available when we do get back in range again.
That's good. She was definitely on the list of forces that I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was thinking while you were talking about it. I was like, oh, we're going to have to bring Lucia in on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly. She could be part of it.
Yep. Well, if she wants to be, because that thing scared the ever-loving piss out of her. Oh, you have a passenger.
I do. Loki Bear would like to say hello.
Yes. Mine
Hello
is
to
in
the
my
right.
lap, and he's not interested in hellos. He wants ear scritches.
He's just outside somewhere. He doesn't come in here. That's not true. He does. But I close the door a lot.
He can't come in there very often.
That is
Yeah,
true.
our beta fish can't come in here either.
There's a few more obstacles involved
yes,
for
right.
him.
You need
Yeah.
to create
Due to fish
a-
reasons.
remote control car that responds to the fish when it tries to swim forward. And it recognizes that motion and it moves the car.
Yes,
There we go.
I like that.
I
think
think
it
a
could
beta
work.
fish would be smart enough to do it, sincerely.
They're ornery enough anyway.
Yeah, I know,
Our
right?
beta is just like, he's so social. He very much watches what's going on in the room. So like he will be on the side of the tank that faces the room, so he can watch the room. And if somebody comes and sits in a chair that's near his tank, he is right up next to that person, like, seeing what's going on. Very much a social fish, which is weird because like most of the betas that we've had really don't care what you're doing. They just live in their own little world, do their own little thing.
Right.
But Kata is very much a part of the family.
Amazing.
You fishy.
In Seattle, not much to go on. You parked with enough overnight, whatever, that nobody's like booted your car or anything. So yeah, you hop in and take the long drive to Vashon Island. You actually have to either take a ferry
Mm-hmm.
or go the long way down south.
It's a long way. That's like half a day's drive, really.
So it might be better to take the ferry.
Yeah.
Probably better to
the
take ferry. Yeah.
No worries.
I think honestly, we probably want to get Calvin and Jolie kind of out of public view as quickly as we can anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm a little bit nervous about traveling in your vehicle just because if they knew where to, if they just one of them could just wander into a restaurant that we were eating at randomly,
yes,
then they obviously know what you drive, and that wouldn't be difficult to track us. So I'm a little bit nervous about that, and I'm a little bit nervous about being on the ferry as well, because then we're like in an enclosed space with a group of sleepers, and
right.
yeah.
No one
And the
wants
whole
that.
There's
thing,
a
we
lot
just
to be worried
Don't mind my
about.
paranoia. Let's just
No, there's
be
a lot to be
watchful
worried about.
and
So
yeah. Hi.
Paranoia. Cha-cha-cha.
well, I know that they're literally after us, so I mean, I have a reason.
yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, ouch. Okay. Hey, easy.
Oh, he's so fluffy.
Yes, he's all the fluffs.
Get you to the right place.
Okay. Can we maybe not do with the claws? Okay.
Didn't mean
Fluff
to
is
bring the cards.
fabulous in theory, but
Until
it's
it's
not
in your
great when
nose
it's
and your
up your
mouth.
nose. Yes.
Yeah.
Why you gotta be so fluffy? Hmm?
All right, so you guys get to the commune, and the whole group is there. All the friends.
Yeah.
Except Sunny. She's off somewhere else. But Aunt
Sunny.
Mabel, she comes and she greets you with a big hug, smile.
Hey, Mabel. So we have a house guest. This is Jolie Jones. We've been looking for him for a while, and we need to make sure that he's safe. So if it's okay, he's going to be staying here for a little bit.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we could definitely set up a place for him.
And be
He's
sure to
willing
put him
to-
to work, too.
Oh, absolutely. No rest for the wicked here. She goes up to Jolie. She's like, "Hello, Jolie. I am Mabel. You can call me Aunt Mabel. Maybe later." He's like, "I'm just grateful for the opportunity to live." Sure. So, yeah, thanks.
Poor guy. He's been through so much.
Poor thing.
All right. So you guys get there. What do you guys plan to do here if you're doing anything?
How long are we staying here?
It's up to you.
We do need to get a hold of Joseph at least
Mabel's
to
like,
let
"Oh, I
him know
can-
that we're on our way back.
Yeah.
We
If
can
that's still okay.
Let him know. Absolutely.
Kitty, detach first. Thank you.
Poor Babu.
Why do we let our friends hurt us?
I just kind of, there's something odd there.
Well,
Okay.
you are
While,
in a safe space.
So while we're waiting to hear back from Joseph, or for that communication,
It's already out.
It's gone? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Never mind. That's fine, because it doesn't really matter where I do this. I just need to, meditate. Because,
Yeah, it's been a thing, capital T, hasn't it?
Yes, it has indeed been a thing. TM, it totally has.
I forgot to names on these characters. Nobody knows who they are.
Honestly, as long as we've been running, we should take a night and just rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because actually, yeah, we're all of us literally more than 24 hours awake right now. So
Yeah.
if we want to make a safe trip halfway across Washington, we should maybe take a nap or a whole night.
I mean, I'm down with that. I
don't like having to waste the time, but like it's time we need in order to get a little bit of recovery.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. It's more of a safety issue than it is anything, you know.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough. Beds are available. You've been here before. You can also go camping, as you've done before.
I'm gonna go camping. I'm going to Snake Tongue Point.
Okay.
I'm gonna disappear from people for a second.
I'm thinking I'm gonna let Jessie have her me time.
Yeah, I was thinking the same, that it'd just be nice to just, sleep in a bed.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. An actual bed is a good thing. Not that we don't have at least rudimentary beds out at Joseph's place, but another
who
thought
knows
too,
what comes from here,
on our way out to Joseph's place, an actual shopping trip, so that when we get to the cabin that has only the rudimentaries in it, we have some groceries with which to cook.
Yeah, steal
And then we can
cereal.
make actual French toast as opposed to, struggle French toast.
Right.
Okay.
Now that we
Fair
know
enough.
what we're stepping into out there.
Okay. So, anything you were doing at Snake Tongue Point?
Well, I brought food with me here. So I'm going to set a place for Polaris. Like, put some apples down. And just, I'm not actively seeking to speak with him per se. He can come or not, but I just need to meditate.
Okay.
It's just been a lot.
Okay. So you meditate. You reground yourself after being literally detached from reality. You kind of feel the heft of gravity and oxygen, everything around you. Those are things that are just not coded into the reality of the digital web. So you don't feel them, but you are hyper aware of it right now, especially when you meditate. Meditation passes. The night sky is filled with gray clouds, the moon kind of hidden behind them. You get your rest the next day. If there isn't anything that Charlie or Inea want to do.
Yes, I was just making a note of it. Want to warn our digital helpers here on the farm. So,
Holly and Jennifer.
Holly and Jennifer and them. Because I assume that they are still keeping an eyeball out for activity from my other missing streamers.
They are. They haven't found anything on that front.
That's, yeah, I kind of assume so, since that nobody was like, hey. So that being said, I want to warn them that if they encounter anything weird around those people, they need to make a note of it and back off. Because it is potentially very dangerous.
Holly's like, yeah, I mean, that's what we're doing. Dangerous stuff, right?
Well, it turns out to be a little more dangerous than I was expecting. Had an encounter with it. It's not
safe. Got it.
It's definitely not safe.
All right. Well,
So
we'll
just make a note of it and let us know, kind of as you were already planning.
and we'll keep our watch on that weird girl.
Please do, especially now. I'm a little concerned that she is a direct target.
Okay. Yeah, I'll keep watching the feed.
Thank you.
It's some wild stuff. She's got some. She claims to be like angelic circuitry. She was talking about how she had a vision, and she saw how the circuits had to be built. That it was a. She described it as like hieroglyphs, but also circuitry. And she said she had some friend building it, and that soon she was going to switch it on. That should be great. Last time, that was funny.
Funny? I would not have
It didn't work.
characterized it.
Yeah. The time that happened before that, where everything went crazy, that was something else. I watched that, but this last time, oh my god, she was like crying. It was great.
Oh. Okay. Oh god, she had a failure in between. Okay. Okay. I really appreciate you keeping an eye out for us.
No worries.
Just be super careful, super careful. If you get any hint of anything weird, just make a note, contact us right away. Don't engage.
Right on. It's about this time that you get a text back from the Griffin Claw.
Okay.
It says, "We're out. We're safe. Hanging out with the bridge trolls."
Okay.
And then that's it.
Okay. Well, I mean, figured if she needed a meeting, they'd have said something, so that's probably safe for the time being, or good enough for the time being. And I will relay that the next time I see everybody in my group.
Charlie, you do anything?
I don't think I've got a whole lot that I need to do right now. Rest is kind of the thing. I need to get a message out to Mom to make sure that she knows that I'm okay.
Yeah, that was
Went out
communicated
through Griffin Claw.
earlier? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
went out
that's
through
about
Mabel.
it. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So the evening continues. Get to the next morning. I'll say all three of you should get back 3 spent willpower.
Yeah.
1 from sleeping, 2 from saving Jolie. Like, you accomplished that. You had a goal, and you completed it, so you get some willpower.
I have willpower again. Yay!
Yeah. That should do, yeah. Some back. Those of you who'd spent willpower. Feeling refreshed, ready to go, you head out for the long journey. It's like, what, about 5 hours, probably?
I think that's
And,
where it was. It was somewhere in that neighborhood, yeah.
You stop off, you get some supplies for the cabin. Nothing. What do you get? Is anything special?
Well, I think some cereal for quick breakfast for anybody who wants to just grab that and go, and also obviously milk to go with. I think it wouldn't hurt to have, you know, loaf of bread, couple loaves of bread probably, for sandwiches too. Like a carton of eggs, package of bacon, deli meat, butter, mustard, that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, and hot dogs.
Okay, there we go. We could roast hot dogs.
If we're roasting stuff, we might as well get some marshmallows.
There you go.
Yes. S'mores time. S'mores stuff.
I mean, we don't eat them, but you know they're only like $1, so
Yeah, they're not.
marshmallows are cheap.
They're not that expensive.
Yeah, they'll go stale if you're not there, but not too bad.
Also, I think the most expensive thing about s'mores is probably the chocolate bars.
Yeah, true. If you want good chocolate.
Well, is there any other way to do it though?
You know?
I mean, if you're bothering.
There's all
Right,
different kinds
like-
of ways to do it. Yeah, we could throw a peanut butter cup in there.
Oh God. Oh God. See, now he's getting all fancy. They are. Charlie is getting all fancy over here.
All I'm saying is, I have a mouth and I like to eat. So,
These are 2 facts about Jezebel
Right.
Spinner that you can
I
take to
have
the
a
bank.
mouth and I
Yep.
love to eat.
Yeah, you know what? I guess you can't really argue with that.
You arrive at Cascade Grove with a couple armfuls of groceries and greeted by Joseph and Daniel. And Joseph Slay says, "You survived. Did you accomplish your goal?"
You know, we
Surprise.
did.
Yeah.
We did.
At least the goal that we set out to accomplish while we were gone.
Yeah, I mean, there was
happened.
so much else that was happening around it. It kind of got drowned, but yeah.
And there are certainly more, goals
To be
beyond
done,
that.
yeah.
But it does feel good to at least have accomplished that.
Uh-huh.
We got Jolie out.
We did. And we know that he is safe right now,
Yeah.
at this moment.
Holy guacamole. Holy
Excellent.
shit.
Well, I believe you had some more planning and preparing to do.
We
or
definitely
whatever
did.
your next endeavors are.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I want to thank you again for hosting us while we're doing this.
I want to make sure that the traditions protect our youngest, and, well, not all of you are super young, but you're not ancient like that one guy. Or me, let's be honest.
Well, if nothing else, we're definitely still learning, and we appreciate the opportunity to do that here.
Yes,
Um,
I will certainly make sure that the others are where you have arrived, and they will be working with you for your next I guess, the next leg of your journey. All of you had things that you wanted to learn.
Yes.
That's what Cascade Grove is here for. Help everyone grow. And we're also here for the amazing s'mores. And he does a bit of a flourish, snaps his fingers, and the campfire lights up. Like, sometimes magic is just worth it.
Yes.
Somebody was listening in to us running around the grocery store.
Oh, he could tell you had s'more stuff in the groceries.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course.
Marshmallow
That's the first
bags are
thing
difficult to
anybody does.
conceal.
It's like food time to me. We've been in a car for 5 hours.
Yep.
Our breakfast was probably pretty light.
The days are currently a bit shorter. Sun is heading down. Good time
Yep.
for a campfire.
Yep.
And we will leave you here for that.
Okay.
The next time, we will have your mentors possibly assist you with new things.
I'm excited about that.
And
Nay
that
is
will-
having a crisis, an existential crisis right now.
You were deconverted from reality to something else,
Well,
and then back to reality.
And she made at least a temporary contract with a digital spirit. And that was creepy for her. Like, that's new.
Mm-hmm.
She's always worked with nature spirits. And now there's digital spirits doing their thing. And they seem to like her.
Well, I mean, you've got some digital things that you've worked with, and you've got
Yeah,
an
but-
awakened GoPro.
Right. Proberry. But, that's been stuff that was like her equipment, so it was her like bringing the spirit out of it.
Right.
This was a pre-existing, developed on its own kind of digital spirit.
There's that, and you recognize the kind of hierarchy of spirits, that there's spirits attached to like your physical items, but then there's conceptual spirits.
Right, like
the city
glitch.
heart. Or glitch, yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, she's trying to wrap her brain around that and the differences between them, because, you know, the cornmeal tobacco that she's used to having to use, it doesn't really mean much to a digital spirit. They really like her batteries, though.
It's a curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get it,
That's just a novelty for them.
but they understand prime. They understand quintessence.
Mm-hmm.
That cornmeal would have some of that, but the battery's more familiar.
Right.
Well, we'll leave it here. We'll say goodbye, and then we'll have some post game. So, see you guys later. Thanks for watching.
Good night.
We'll catch up with everybody next week. Have a magical time.